So hello and welcome to my next chess video. This is a pretty amazing game I just played. Hope you will enjoy it. Thanks. Ciao. He was under pressure the whole game for the king's gambit. Knight c6, so d6. And here bishop e7. Is there a trick here? Is there a trickery here? Not quite sure. Attacking the pawn. g5. h5. Knight here, he will grab it, most probably. Grab it twice, without castles g3. Don't castle here. I'm gonna go knight here, threatening the fork and the pawn. So I'm doing it that way. Going in for something like, yeah, I don't know. Should be good for me, or at least not losing. Queen here, bishop takes, attacking the queen, the knight is now covering it. Let's get a lot of development in here. Let's see, queen there. What's the thing here? Okay, e5. Trying to open up lines. Pawn takes, knight takes, pawn takes, knight takes. I don't believe knight takes. I do not believe knight takes. I have a discovery now, which is quite nice, I'd say. No, maybe castling. No, knight takes here. Just completely going after him. Attacking the rook. Pawn here, threatening checkmate. Also defending my knight. If he takes it, I'm gonna fork him. Oh wow, that's pretty nice. That's so damn it nice. Wow, knight takes, forking him, his bishop is pinned, and I win the queen now. Wow, that's even better than the other game. Wow, that was a king's gambit how you should play it. That was so much. It was so cool. You had the advantage from start to finish. Wow, this was even better than the other one. This was nice. Here threatening the fork and also 7 takes, and he goes there. 5 takes, bishop here, knight takes here. The thing is, if he goes there, I have this discovered check. If he goes here or here, or to c8 or e8, then it's queen takes, bishop mate. And if he goes there, yeah, then it's not sure. I can just grab the bishop, threatening to promote. So this is one option. Get the piece back and threatening all sorts of things. His king is there. Cannot even go here or here to check me. Bishop d6 and threatening the queen. Other things are also coming. Queen here, for example, to there. Checkmate, or a lot of things are possible. This is bad for him. But I will analyze that game anyway and probably make a video out of it. So, hello and welcome to the analysis of this game. It was a 3-minute blitz game with a 2-second increment per move. I played it with white against a Frenchman whose nickname is Bobby208. I went for the King's Gambit. He declined it at first, but here he accepted it now. I went for d4 and he played g5, which is an inaccuracy or a mistake, whatever. Bishop h4 would have been the best move, and then the position would be around even, maybe even slightly better for white. I would have gone for g3 as I always did, and then castle and sacrifice all these pawns, because now I have a lot of development. His king is still in the center and I'm threatening bishop f7. And yeah, for example, bishop f7 is a pretty big threat, and here the position is slightly better for white. But if he goes a6, which is a pretty big mistake, then this would win immediately. This is a double check from the knight and bishop, rook, and here check. Now I take it, attacking the rook. If he takes back with the pawn, then the rook is hanging. Or if he takes back, then I would take the pawn with check, and then I would infiltrate with... Well, I can just show you that. If he takes, I wouldn't go for the rook, I would take the pawn. And then he has to go there, for example. And this will be the end for him, because this check would lead to mate. So, knight f6, here attacking the queen, but now I would just take the bishop, and yeah, material is around even. He's up a pawn, as I see it correctly. He has 6 pawns, I have 5 pawns, but his king will stay in the center for the rest of the game. And I have more development, he will die. But okay, he doesn't have to go a6 here, he can go other moves, for example bishop here, and I would be slightly better, but okay. He went g5, I went h4, which is the best move. He went g4, knight g5, takes, queen takes, and now he's up 2 pawns. But the problem is knight here, and now, as you see here, I'm threatening this fork on c7 and also the pawn on f4 is threatened twice, so he can't defend both. He defends this with the king. Now my queen is aligned with his king, and I will use this in the future. But first I take here with an attack on the queen. He goes back, and now I went e5, and he takes it. I take back, threatening a discovery. If he, for example, takes this, then I would have most probably gone for knight f6, although knight b6 also looks tasty, but knight f6 is just better. Discovered check. He blocks with the bishop. The knight is defending the bishop, but now I eliminate the defender of the bishop. Now he takes with the knight. Now his bishop is again defended, and I castle. And now I'm threatening bishop takes knight, not only attacking king and queen, but also after this his bishop wouldn't be defended anymore, and I have probably something along these lines, and he's falling apart here, as you see in the evaluation. But he can't prevent bishop takes f6 check, which would win the queen. He can move the queen away, but then bishop f6 check wins the rook. Can also move the king, but then again bishop f6 attacks the queen, and then this queen will come with devastating effect. For example, if he goes there, I would take this, and for example queen g6, queen d4, not even touching the rook quite yet, h5, rook here check, bishop takes, attacking the queen. If he takes, I take here, securing king and queen. If he takes it with the king, then it's also quite bad. check, he goes there, no other moves, I go here, double check, he has to take it, rook here, check. Yeah, what can you do there? All the squares are covered, so he has to go there, but then the rook will secure, or queen here even stronger, because now he has to block with the queen and rook he is mate. So it's pretty, this is just, or opening up the d-file like this, giving me one more tempi. Knight f6 is just crushing. Also here knight b6 is probably also quite crushing. Bishop d7, knight takes rook, and yeah, as you see there, I'm now material up. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pieces, and his king is in the center. I can castle king or queen side. I can take the knight at some point. This knight cannot really move because then the c7 pawn would hang. Also this was pretty crushing, but okay, he didn't take it, he played bishop d7, and now comes the star move, one of the star moves in this game. The knight takes c7. If he takes it, then I have d6, e6, discovered check, he cannot block it, so king b6, only sensible move, and then queen here, threatening checkmate on b5. Queen b5 would be checkmate, also the bishop is hanging, and also here he is pretty busted, as you see there, it's a mate in 11. a6, bishop here check. If he don't want to lose anything, he can also always, he can block with the knight, but then I'll just grab it, forking king and queen, and yeah, this is pretty busted. But yeah, he can go back, but then queen here check. For example, king here, queen here check, king here, bishop takes pawn, knight here. It's just pretty devastating. Yeah, but I think there was even a faster way. After this he goes back, then queen takes d7. Yeah, this is the thing. Taking this pawn to enable bishop e6 check. Knight here, preventing bishop e6, but just grabbing it, and then bishop e6. And here it's, if I take it with the queen, he goes to b8, and it's not mate anymore, but it will be mate. It would also be mate at some point, but bishop takes is just faster. But okay, he didn't take it, he played rook c8, I went e6 anyway, protecting my knight. He takes it, and I took it back with the knight, forking king and queen. The bishop can take the knight because it's pinned, and here he resigned. If he takes the knight here, then I will go queen here, attacking the rook. If he takes now, I take the rook, he goes there, I castle. Now the bishop is not is attacked twice, but also defended twice, but he cannot move a lot of pieces, and I'm threatening bishop e6. He cannot take back because the queen would hang. So for example, queen e7, stopping bishop e6, but now rook here, and just look at that position. It's so disgusting for black. Black is also material down, 5 pieces, but I'm the exchange up. His king is in the center. I have so much winning ideas. For example, after knight f6, I would grab the bishop. If he takes it with the queen, I would take this, check. He goes there, I take the knight, check. Now the queen is not defended anymore. He goes back, defends the queen, bishop here, check. He goes here, still covered, the queen is covered. But now rook here check, he takes this, I take this, he does that, and this is mate now. So yeah, it was a pretty nice game. I always, not always, but most of the time played the best moves and the best ideas, but yeah, it was a 16 move miniature. I quite enjoyed that. Thanks for watching, see you next time, ciao.